The gentle animal panicked as the bees surrounded it, stinging its body mercilessly. The camel bellowed in pain, stamping its feet, but the swarm only grew thicker. Exhausted and confused, the poor creature collapsed near a small dune. Luckily, a group of desert travelers spotted the scene from a distance and immediately called the local rescue team. Within minutes, the trained rescuers arrived with protective suits, smoke devices, and medical kits. Knowing that every second counted, they worked quickly to drive the bees away. Using smoke, they distracted and calmed the swarm, slowly guiding the insects back toward their hive. Meanwhile, another team member rushed to the camel's side. The animal's eyes were swollen, and its breathing was heavy from the poisonous stings. Carefully, the rescuers administered first aid, applying soothing medicine to the wounds and giving the camel water to rehydrate. The camel groaned weakly but soon began to recover as the treatment took effect. After a long and tense hour, the swarm finally dispersed, and the desert once again became silent. The rescue team loaded the injured camel into a safe transport and moved it to a nearby animal care center. Veterinarians continued treatment, ensuring the stings were neutralized and the camel regained its strength. The story of the rescue spread across the region, reminding everyone of the bravery and dedication of the rescue team. Thanks to their quick action, a life was saved that day, a life that represented endurance, patience, and survival in the harsh desert. The camel, once weak and nearly defeated, soon stood tall again, free from pain. It was released back into its natural habitat, a living symbol of hope and resilience. The camel had wandered too close to a large hive hidden inside the hollow trunk of an acacia tree, one of the few sources of shade in the burning desert. The bees, highly territorial and protective of their hive, perceived the camel's presence as a threat. Within seconds, a cloud of buzzing wings filled the air. The swarm surrounded the animal like a living storm, striking mercilessly with venomous stings. The camel, unprepared and vulnerable, tried to shake them off. It stamped its hooves into the sand, swung its long neck back and forth, and even attempted to run, but the bees clung to its fur and face. Its large brown eyes blinked painfully as dozens of stings covered its body. The normally calm and strong desert traveler began to panic. From a distance, a group of travelers moving across the dunes noticed the chaos. They could hear the distressed cries of the camel, echoing across the desert winds. Realizing the animal was in grave danger, they immediately contacted the regional rescue team. The call was urgent. A camel is being attacked by bees near the southern dunes. Please hurry. It's collapsing. The desert rescue team, known for their bravery in saving both people and animals, quickly mobilized. Equipped with protective suits, smoke canisters, and first aid kits, they rushed toward the location. The heat was unbearable, but time was more precious than comfort. When they arrived, the scene was heartbreaking. The camel lay on its side, its body trembling. The swarm still circled above it like a dark cloud. Some bees continued to sting, while others buzzed around the rescuers, ready to attack anyone who got close. The team knew they had to act with precision. Rushing in recklessly would only provoke the bees further, endangering both the rescuers and the animal. So, the team leader gave clear instructions. 1. Distract and disperse the bees. 2. Secure the camel and provide immediate medical care. 3. Transport the animal to safety. 2 rescuers lit their smoke devices and carefully advanced toward the hive. Smoke, known for confusing and calming bees, began to drift into the air. The buzzing grew less aggressive, and the swarm started to thin out. Meanwhile, 2 other rescuers approached the camel cautiously, wearing heavy protective gear. The camel groaned weakly as they examined it. Its skin was swollen, its mouth dry, and its legs shivering from exhaustion. The rescuers acted fast. One gave the animal water while the other applied soothing medicine to the sting wounds. Every action was precise, every second critical. Despite the danger, the team did not back down. The bees resisted, circling back to attack, but the rescuers stood firm. They waved more smoke, slowly pushing the insects back toward their hive. Finally, after nearly half an hour of tense effort, the buzzing faded. The swarm retreated into the hollow tree, leaving the desert quiet once more. But the battle was not over. The camel had suffered dozens of poisonous stings, and its breathing was uneven. The team quickly prepared a transport crate and carefully lifted the weak animal onto a desert truck. Throughout the ride, one rescuer stayed beside the camel, constantly checking its pulse and spraying medicine on the swelling wounds. At the animal care center, veterinarians were already waiting. They injected antidotes, cleaned the wounds, and monitored the camel's breathing. Hours passed in silence as the team anxiously watched. Finally, the camel stirred, lifting its head slightly. Relief filled the room. The animal was going to survive. The rescue team, though exhausted, celebrated quietly. Their mission had been successful, but what touched them most was the sight of the camel trying to stand again. It was as if the desert spirit itself had risen back to life. In the following days, the camel's recovery became a story of hope. Local villagers heard of the incident and praised the courage of the rescuers. Children were told how brave people had saved the gentle giant of the desert from certain death. The desert had witnessed many battles for survival, but this one was different. It showed not just the cruelty of nature, but also the compassion of humans who chose to protect life, no matter the risk. Days later, the camel fully recovered and was released back into the desert. It walked slowly at first, then lifted its head high, as if thanking its rescuers. The team watched with pride, knowing their efforts had saved a life. The story of the rescue spread across villages, reminding everyone of the value of courage and compassion. In the endless desert, the camel became